Hi guys, how you doing? Hope you are all well and safe. Quite a few people have been asking me, would I try out Realistic Paint Studio? And I was kind of a bit reluctant to do it. It looked a little bit gimmicky to me. A few people said Baradante thinks it's really cool, give it a go. So in the end, I've succumbed. I've downloaded the trial version for the PC. So I've done this on the PC using the Cintiq tablet with it, and this is the oil painting. I've got a disclaimer to make, well, a couple. First of all these opinions in this video are my own. Nobody's paying me to make this. Nobody's asked me to make it. This is purely my own thoughts. I haven't watched the Baradante video. I didn't want to know what he had to say about it. I wanted it to be purely my first look at it. It isn't a review, it's just a tryout. I've just gone in there and waded in, and consequently I have made one mistake, and I think I suggest that you can't cut and paste and move objects in this app. And actually I have discovered since I filmed this video that you can, and I'll show you how to do that in one of the subsequent videos. This is one of three. I'm doing one in oil painting, one in sketching, and one in watercolor, and I'm going to use the same source photo for all three videos. This is the oil painting. Did I like Realistic Paint Studio? Let's find out. So I'm going to be opening up Realistic Paint. This is the PC version, by the way. So this is the opening screen you see. I've got the trial version, and I have to say it's the best setup I've ever seen of a trial version, where it just times out after a certain period of time, but all the features work. So I just click try, and once I've done that, I'm in the program. So I'm going to create a new. I've already had a little play around. I'm going to create a new canvas today, and you've got three types of canvases we can do: drawing, watercolor, or oil painting. So I'm going to go with the oil painting. I'm going to do the last one first. I do intend, hopefully, to try all three of these media, and I'm going to do the same painting in all three. So the picture I'm using is a landscape photo. Here it is. You can see this. That's what I'm going to use. So I need this canvas, and then we've got an option of choosing two different types of canvases, dark one and a light one. So I'll just stick with the light one, and it comes up with a file name, Admirable Picture. And I guess it just chucks up random names here, but I'm going to change this to Shardlow, because this is the place where I took this photo, called Shardlow. I'm going to call it Oil, Shardlow Oil. Click OK, and we're in. Now straight away you'll see that this is unique. I suppose the only other app that looks anything like this is Artrage, where we've got brushes down here. I've added these brushes. I can remove them, add them. We've got layers here, although it's quite limited layer stack, what you can do with that. We can toggle it off here. So we've got this menu bar across the top. That takes us back, this first one takes us back into the gallery, so I'm going to cancel that. We've got a kind of a limited menu of settings. We can change the background, and I don't understand why they didn't have a background that was a neutral color, at least one color that could be neutral, sort of grays rather than these browns that could give you I don't know, just distort your view of what the colours on the canvas look like. But I'm going to go with this. Wait for it. Where's it gone? That one. I think I quite like that.
Pen pressure, I've had to take the pen pressure right down low. It was set, originally it was sort of set there and I didn't like it, so I've taken it down low because I like to have a very light touch with my stylus. And then you've got shortcut keyboard settings and a language setting at the end. And then we can sort of toggle off and on the color wheel, the layer stack. We can swap the brush out. Oh, that just hides the brush, sorry. You click on the brush to swap the brush out, and you can see I've got a few down here. And I am actually going to select this big paintbrush. Oh, I should also say that, hang on, when we select that, oops, I'll get there in the end, I promise. When I select that, this time, I can paint on here to see what kind of effect it has. And as you see, when you come out of it and go back into it, it doesn't save what you've done, so that's cool. You can also click a little video and it will show you how that brush works. So basically, this is just like a big decorator's brush, and I'm going to use it to get in some nice wash over the old page. Now we can use this color wheel to select colors. I have to say that the key settings presets are just like any other app or sort of generic, seem to become generic keys, where we've got square brackets to resize your brush, and it does that at a reasonable speed. So we can choose colors off here. We can also select colors from here. So I could choose a blue, like just clicking on that. Doesn't seem to have affected anything. There we go. That's it. So we can choose colors like that, which to me isn't, I don't know, it's not the best way of doing it. Or we can do it like this. We've got a palette where we can mix colors. So I can hold the Alt key down, select a color, paint it here, choose another color, and blend them together. I've probably got a bit big, too big a brush for this. And just start mixing colours. So it's just like using a proper palette. And I have to say, this is the best mixing palette I've seen in an app. So I really do like that feature. And what I like about it even more, if I click down, we've got a pre-mix palette that somebody's already created, which I really like. So if I choose the picker on here, whenever I come over here, I can select colour off there. I can start painting in skies and things. So I really do like, I like this a lot. I thought this was really cool. Probably a little bit. If I just want to tweak the colour a bit and make it a little bit lighter, I can do that. I can also lift colour off the canvas, sort of pop clouds back in, or pop skies back in the clouds. So that I gets a big plus. I can sort of resize my canvas, move it around a little bit. I think I'll probably try painting this using this canvas, maybe the wheel, just to slide it around a bit. There's another one as well. If I go down one more, you can see there's another canvas there. Then it takes you back to the default one again. But I'm gonna stick with this one, I think. Let's get this yellow cloud in. I want to move this building over a little bit, get it more sort of working on the rule of thirds, perhaps. Let's take that out of there. So I'm just using this decorator's brush. It looks like a decorator's brush. Just to get on sweeping brush strokes. There we go. It's surprisingly a quick way, actually, of choosing colours. I do want a bit of a limey green there, perhaps. Do I want this in? I guess I do. I want this sort of field in here. Make it big again. We've got the water. Knock it down a bit. Let's put this building in. I kind of want it there, I think. Wants to be redder than that. Little shed. Building. I don't know why it's green, because I'm picking this blue. Why is it not picking it? That doesn't seem to be working. That seems to be a bit buggy. It's not working now. Okay, let's go. I'll have to choose this instead. I wonder if I come out of it, choose a different palette, just rotate back through them again. Will it work then? No. So that seems to have stopped. In fact, look, it's actually painting on it. It's not selecting it at all. Okay. Well, that's something to be aware of, that there's appears to be a bug there. I don't think I've done anything I shouldn't have done. That's a shame, because I was really enjoying working with that. Right. I want to sort of rough these in a bit quick, because I'm going to put this tree behind the house, not in front of it, as we've got there. Did that work? No. Oh, well, I seem to be painting on it and cleaning it off. By the way, you can reset. You can reset the paint colours to default again. So if you do overpaint it, it doesn't matter. There we go. We put that building behind there. No, I think that needs to be in front actually. This is a little building thing going off there, like that. Yeah. Oh, what am I doing? That's wrong. I'm really upset that this colour picker's not working now, because I was really, if they saw that out, I was really into that. It was really good. What if I just, I'm trying using the Alt key to force it to be a picker, but it's still not working. Never mind. Here we go. Do I want the narrowboat in? I'm not sure if I do. I'm going to put a tree here rather than that. I don't know whether to put the building in or not. Maybe I should. I'm definitely going to put a bit of a tree in there. Lose those buildings. Put something like that in. There we go. So let's change the brush. Sort of roughed it all in. I don't know what the brushes are going to do, so I'm going to go through them well, I'll go through them in the order in which I think I would use them. So I like the look of this one. Let's see what this does. They're going to let me pick off here. No, still not working. What's this going to do? Ah, okay. So that gives us, zoom in so you can see it. Gives us a sort of an impasto thick paint. That's quite nice. Oh, you run out of paint, so you have to keep dipping in your paint palette. Okay. Well, that's like real paint, that's for sure. I guess I can vary this up a bit as well. Just change the colour slightly. Push a bit smaller. So it's not like you don't get endless paint with this brush. I think the idea is they've actually totally gone for a feeling of using real paint, and they've sort of ignored anything that will give you make it appear as though it's digital. This is really wants you to make it feel like you're painting with real paint, so therefore your paint runs out off your brush, and if you keep going, oh, it's going to make me have to lie now. Maybe I got that wrong. That's not running out at all, is it? Oh, might be pressure. Now, there you see. Or is it? Certainly getting lighter, look. I can't go back in, although I've got a dark paint selected. It's sort of mixing the paint on the canvas, and then it's just getting muddy. And I click back here, and then I can get the dark on. Yeah, so there is a certain amount of your paint running out, but perhaps not quite as readily as I was thinking. I don't know if I'm over fond of the shape this brush makes. Another thing I'd say about the app is it feels, I've just called it an app, it feels like an app. It doesn't feel like a program, if you know what I mean. It's not got that sort of feeling of depth that you get in say Artrage or Corel Painter or Critter. You know, there's very limited features. Not that I'm saying apps are not, you know, packed with features, because some are. I mean, if you look at Procreate, that's full of features, and this hasn't got anything like that. It feels like, having had to play around with it, it feels like a beta version of a program, to be honest. And I guess the price reflects that. It's not an expensive app by any means. You can get it for I don't know what the UK price is, but on the website it says it's $19. So I guess it's going to come out at something like £19 UK pounds for the basic version, and then you get the sort of VIP souped up version, which has got a few extra brushes, I believe, and canvases, and that's $25. So it's not expensive, but it feels like they've released this and they know they've got loads more features to add to it that will be coming in the future. So that's that brush. That's working all right. I quite like that. I'll just show you. I'll zoom in again so you can see the sort of brush strokes you get with that. It's not it's not that defined. It looks quite blurry when you zoom in. We'll have to do an export at the end and find out how big the actual canvas is. Let's try a different brush. So the next one I would be interested to try is this one. They don't seem to have any names, so I can't sort of say what it is other than it looks like this. Okay, so this is like a flat brush. Let's zoom in. Has it got any? But it hasn't. So this looks like you're putting on colour with a flat brush with lots of solvents in it. You're not going to get that thick impasto look that we get with this one. Okay, so that was the square one. Let's go to this little round one. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice brush. That's the one I want to be using. So let's just go. What I want to do, I'm going to click on the plus icon here, this little star, and then choose that brush. Which one was it? This one, I think. There we go, and it's now added it to my brush selection. If I want to remove one, I just click the star and choose the brush that's down here. So I want to remove this sort of filbert brush, touch that, and it goes. Okay, there we are. So I've now got that one on my palette. I like that brush. That's nice. I like that texture. Okay, that's good. We can work with that. I wonder if this has been saved at all. Still not working. Just keep testing it. This sort of lime greeny colour. I do like the way it picks up that colour like it would with traditional paint. So you can also you can start sort of blending with it, and then when you want, I like this brush, pick the colour up again and add a little bit more. Just start working that in. It works a little bit like a blending brush at the same time as let's go for a purpley colour. Got some of these darks in down here. So it's easy enough to keep just picking up the colour off the canvas and then just sort of blend it in. That feels really good. This seems to me to be the brush that I really like, so I'm keeping that down there. A bit more of this green in here. Let's just zoom in a little bit. You can get a nice blend by brushing them side to side. Blend that in. That's really nice. That is nice. This needs a bit more work though. It's a bit looks a bit brushstroke heavy. Just blend that a bit. Let's try some of these other brushes just so that you can see what they all look like. Let's go with this fan brush. What's this going to do? Kind of does what I expected, to be honest. Bit of pressure, you get more paint on. Twist the stylus, you can adjust the angle of the brush as well. That's quite cool. Very nice for blending. Okay, that's that. Then I could probably pick this brush up and just... Oh, a bit too much that actually. You can get some very subtle effects. I do like it. By swapping the brushes around. Oh, it's working again. The colour picker worked that time. Now it's stopped. So it worked just the once. Okay. Let's just zoom out. I don't know if there's any way to save this other than to go back to the gallery and save it and then go back into it again. I don't know, as far as I'm aware, that's the only way to do that. So I think I'm going to just crack on and do some painting. Otherwise, this video is going to be really long. I suppose just before I do though, I ought to just show you these other few brushes. So let's choose this sort of round brush. What does that do? Let's just zoom in a bit. Okay, that looks like you could use that for detail perhaps. That roof, I've got that roof line way too high. Must have come down to about there actually. So I could use this brush, say, to pop some of the sky holes in. I wonder if this paint brush runs out of paint or does it keep going? Nice brush. I like it. I think this is, with this app, you do need to use more than one brush. I tend to, a lot of the time when I'm using apps, I tend to use just one brush. But I think with this one, you kind of need to mix it up a bit more. There we are. Let's go for this, like a little mini fan brush. What's this going to do? Look at the sky. Oh, it's more of a blender. So you can just push paint around that's on your canvas. Oh, that's nice. So I don't think it matters what colour I'm using. What if I'm on a bit of... Oh, it does. Yes, it does. So you can paint with it on bare canvas, but and if you press on hard, I see light pressure. Oh, this could be nice. So we could use a dark green, and we can, maybe a bit bluer. Put some dark colour on there, and then light pressure, and use it more like a blender. I think I'm going to have to put the narrow boat in, otherwise it looks like I'm opting out, taking the easy road. So that's a nice brush. I think I'm going to add that one to my palette as well. So I've got easy access to that. So I can swap between the two painting brushes on this little blender. That's really nice. Yeah, I like that. I'm tempted to come over here and just sort of soften some of this off and blend a bit of it out. And maybe a bit more pressure. Yeah. Very nice. I like it. What else we got? I think we just got this one brush this end. Did I not look at this? I can't remember. Oh, we got the palette knives. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to... Oh, that's clearly for detail, look. That's just... So if I wanted to, I don't know, just define this chimney a little bit more. This chimney stack, I could use this brush quite nicely for that. Just get that chimney stack popped in there. Yeah, so that brush could be used for detail. I could add that there as well. Then I've got the kind of 4 brushes that I'm going to be using. That's it. Notice I've already got a pencil and an eraser there, which is quite handy. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to speed the video up, and then I'm going to look at the palette knives later. I want to do that separate. So I just want to sort of get on with a bit more painting, and then bear with me and I'll come back and show you the palette knives. Right, it's time, I think, to start having a look at the palette knives. So I'm going to try the first one. Let's select that. I pretty much give up on this palette now. Doesn't seem to want to work for me at all. Don't know what I'm doing. I might be doing something wrong. I don't know, or it's buggy, but I'm just not getting that to work. Anyway, the palette knife. Let's choose an orange and see what happens if I. Ooh, that's interesting. I like that, except I think I've got it a little bit big. I think this is what I've been struggling getting dark colours, or vibrant colours. What's been happening is as soon as I put the colour on, I get a little stroke of dark colour, and then it blends with existing colours, and it loses its vibrancy, and I've just not been able to get that back. This might be what I've been looking for. So I can sort of get that nice sort of textured look. And again, you have to go back for a refill. It starts to blend in. I like that. I like that. I can start to blend it, so I could blend this a bit. Some lighter colour. That gives a real nice textured. Oh, I kind of like that. One thing I would have liked to seen was there's no blend modes, not that I've seen. If I go to if I go to layers and choose a layer and pull up the menu option, we've got like preserved layer opacity, which is quite nice because that's like alpha lock, but I don't see anything there. In fact, I want to merge them layers together actually while I'm at it, so I'm back on one layer. I don't see anything there that allows me to change the blend mode, and I would have liked to have a blend mode on one layer so I can put like a glaze over the top for shadows, and I just can't do that, so that's quite disappointing. Oh, is that a bit red? Probably is. Just undo that a bit. But I do like the fact that I can get some darker colour on there, which I was struggling with the paintbrushes. I think this is going to work quite nice in the foreground as well. I don't want to overdo this. Let's try. Well, first of all, I'm just going to scumble in maybe a bit bigger brush at this bit. Some foreground palette knife work. That's quite good. Now let's change the palette knife. What else have we got? Let's try the second one. What does this do? Oh, this is like applies paint. So maybe if I wanted to apply paint along the side of that building, just zoom in on it, see what's it do. Kind of a flat, there's no texture there really. I'm not overly impressed with that one, I have to say. I'm going to use it there though, just to nice to sort of tidy up areas though. So it has got its uses, I guess. Tidy that up a little bit. I'm not going to put that bar across there. Next one then. Oh, this is like a rake. I don't know where I'd use this. You could use it, I suppose, to lick a few grasses in. I don't know. I quite like it on that water. It does adds a little bit of sparkle. I might leave that in. Let's just leave that in for the sake that I'm trying to use every tool. And what's this one going to do? No idea. Again, is this like it's a bit like the third one, so not so much. So I think my favorite one is the first one, and I'm just wondering if I can use it to get some thick paint on that sky, perhaps. Maybe around trees a bit. I've overdone it a bit there. Let's just rush out and just soften that back up a bit. Where's my palette knife gone? Oh, I'm going to add that palette knife to my tool set, I think. I can just select it very quickly. There we go. I'm just picking the colours up off the canvas. I don't know how much I like that. I kind of want a bit of palette knife work on that tree, maybe. Down here. I keep forgetting that once you get the paint on the knife, the knife becomes dirty. I like this. This is quite organic looking. Whoops, a bit over the top there. And I can just go back in with this paintbrush. I've done there. I don't like that. Ah, it seems to react. Am I getting thicker paint on now and it's appearing to be thicker? That texture seems different to what I had before. I've still not got the depth of colour that I'd want because the colours are mixing up. So anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there. That's not my best digital oil painting ever. So what do I think about the app? It really is very limited. There's like limited tools on the layers. You can't cut and crop, and you can't resize your canvas. And to be honest, I think maybe they've gone for this option of making it appear like you're painting with real paint. So they have deliberately not put all of those features in that make working digital different to working with conventional paint. So you're not going to get the crop, move. You have to work much more like a traditional artist. So therefore you've also got the frustration, I think, that the colours become a little bit muddy and you have to work harder to keep clean colours by keep dipping in your palette. I think it would have been much easier if this palette wasn't giving me issues. I like the fact that I can put all my tools down here. I'm looking forward to trying out the watercolour and the drawing tools, see how they compare to the oil paint. To be honest with you, I'd rather be painting in Critter using the Atelier brushes, oil brushes, and Artrage. And if I was on the iPad, if I was using the iPad version, Procreate, Art Studio Pro, Artset, they are all better than this at the minute. But it feels like a beta version to me. It really does. One other feature I want to show you, by the way. If I click on this camera, we can get a sort of photo of a studio with your painting on the easel. And I think if I click this little arrow, I can choose different images, and I'm thinking I should use one of these for my thumbnail. So that's next to the Mona Lisa. Very nice. Very nice. Oh. It's a very small painting in my picture there. It's a bit cheeky, isn't it, putting it next to the Mona Lisa? Oh, it's an old master. I like these. These are fun. So we're back to the beginning. So which one am I going to use? It's going to be that one or that one. I think I'm going to go with this one. So to export that, I just click on the Save As, and I can call it thumbnail image. Okay, let's save that. And that will export that for me as a thumbnail. Click on the cross when I've done. And also, if I go back to the gallery, save that image, select that, I can export that as an image with a frame or with a background or just an image. So I'm just going to go with just the image. And Chardonnay 1 oils. Let's change it to a PNG. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have a quick look to see how big this image is. So I've got to go to, let's just quickly navigate to that. that image. Let's look at the properties. Why is it not giving the pixel size detail? Here we go. 2,300 by 1,480. So it's not. I suspected it didn't. It wasn't that big because when I zoomed in, it looked a little bit blurry. So I would like to see it almost twice that size. Really. So that's a bit of a shame. Okay, so actually I should have brought this over here so you can see it. I'll quickly go into properties again, go to details. You can see here it's 2,666 pixels by 1,483 pixels. I would like to have seen that maybe twice that size. I know now why when I zoomed in it was all a little bit blurry, because that isn't really quite big enough to get the detail you want. So maybe, you know, that will come. I'm sure this is just the start of probably a really nice app. Would I buy it? I don't know yet. I want to try out the watercolor because that could be a game changer, and the sketching. So we'll see. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, a big thumbs up as always is much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I've got lots of videos like this and I would love to be sharing them all with you. So don't forget everybody, stay safe, stay sane and keep painting. And hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.